and so we're going in, whether you like it or not. Bottom right, our blue Terran player, give it up for KeeN. Who's going to proxy racks? He heard that, you know, he's like, oh, what, you've been casting for 10 hours so far today? Don't worry, bro. We're not going to have a 10-hour TvT. We're just going to make it quick. Going for the proxy racks. Thank you, KeeN, for keeping my games quick tonight. We've had some long games tonight, though. It really has been awesome to get a nice long stream in. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying. And yeah, to the top left-hand side, Root Gaming Semper. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us, guys. Obviously, it's been a big pleasure to be here. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the cast in a bit of a different time zone to usual. Usually I cast in either European through the day or EU evening times. This week, because I'm casting already in EU evening times but not on my channel, I'm running this NA event because that's the only time zone I have a chance to cast it on my stream. I want to stream every day on my channel. And so here we are. And again, like I've said, like this was a bit of an experiment for me. It was a bit of a, ooh, can we... can we really do this? Will it work out? And so far, you guys have come out with a resounding maybe. No, okay. You guys have come out with a resounding yes. You've all been awesome. So much love. Donations, subs, donations to the match arena, obviously very awesome as well, and go a long way. And all of that is very, very awesome, and really does again kind of say to us, let's do more of this stuff again in the future. Let's do more NA stuff based StarCraft. Proxy 2 racks Reaper, as we do see Semper scouting up the ramp. Dun dun dun! You have no barracks in your main! Oh my god, how could you? Just gonna see this SCV coming in, just gonna be checking out the couple of refineries. And cross passed by that other SCV as well. I'm just gonna be seeing. The factory is still on the way up. Reapers poking in against each other. Gonna see that SCV taking some hits here. Reaper fight continues in the main. Who's gonna win? Blue versus red, and they both back away. Neither of them want to find out. Neither of them want to roll the dice here. There's that factory coming up as well right now in the main base. More SCVs will pull the correct response as the Marine is out as well. The Reaper's gonna go down, but he gets Reaper for Reaper so far. That Marine goes on a bit of a flight through the sky. Other Reaper gonna back away though. SCV is still chasing. He's going for the Reaper. It's going to be 1-for-1 trade there on the SCVs. 2 Marines up and a Hellion on the way. We're getting to the point where it really has been the majority of this dealt with by Semper. Pushed back beautifully so far. Just going to be seeing the Hellion about to pop up here. The Marine popping up as well in a few moments. Marines and Hellion just sat in the main. And as this comes down just slightly, do we have time to shout out a new sub? Ooh, it's a risky one. We're going to go for it. Dub Trub with the Twitch Prime sub. How you doing? Thank you so much for subscribing. Do appreciate the support. Let's see some love in the chat for Dub Trub. And just like that, it was perfectly timed for the Reapers to advance to the main. Hellion comes in to respond. Nice little splash of damage there initially. Back at home behind this, KeeN. Ooh, that's a really nice little connection there. And he does get 2 Reapers with the Cyclone though, Semper. Very nicely done. Back at home, KeeN in the main base has built up his factory there, and so he is going in towards his own Cyclone, setting up nicely for the follow-ups here in this game. Cyclone again picks off a Reaper, nicely done once more. I'm still just going to be seeing those Reapers pulling back down the left-hand side. Starport finished up from KeeN in a moment or so in the main base too, and still just going to see again a Cyclone, couple of Marines, a Hellion, all on the way up. Liberator going to be continuing to come on in here. You're going to see the Cyclone Marines going to poke away and get rid of that Reaper right there. Again, 2 more Reapers down the left, and this Liberator going to be coming across the map to try and do a little bit more. Obviously he wants to try and pressure, but there's going to be a Viking coming out, and I don't think there's really much of a chance of this Liberator doing much. KeeN is expanding on the high ground, as is Semper at a pretty similar timing. All said and done, this proxy 2-Rex pressure. It turns into a pretty even game. The one difference is these 2 racks still have to fly home, and whereas Semper already has a reactor up on his barracks here, and that's a pretty big deal. As you're going to see 2 of the 4 Reapers still up go down. Now the Hellion will chase for 3 kills, and he's going to go for 4! He shoots, he scores. Semper's Hellion is the victor of this game, of this shootout. Kaboom! GG, well played game. Oh, okay, maybe not quite. The Reapers do go down, which allows now Semper to move across the map without worry of being counterattacked by those, which has kind of been one of the big issues for him up until this point. Did the Liberator go down already? It did. Sorry guys, didn't really see much, but didn't kill any SCVs. We already got the notification on the side. I mean, the two Vikings obviously clean it out pretty quickly, as we will see Vikings land on the high ground in case this push of Semper's continues forwards, but Semper not going to commit. He's going to pull back towards the upper left and just play it a little bit more slowly. Rax moves over to the tech lab to start up that stim pack. Extra Rax will come down on the reactor, obviously, as the expected scenario here. As we're going to be seeing this orbital moving on down as well. A Hellion finds an SCV building the third base on location. He gets picked off though. This time the Hellion doesn't shoot and score. He gets he trips and face plants, dies off there. No one ever heard of him again as he was too embarrassed to show his face. GG's. Vikings still moving around here from Semper, well, from KeeN, but there's Vikings on the way from Semper. That's what I wanted to say initially. Oh, is he going to have the vision? Wow, Viking doesn't go to the high ground, which might have just saved it there. Just about. Doesn't quite find it though, and now this Viking still moving forward, finds a Raven, but I think the most important thing is he's going to realize that these units are coming over to the right-hand side. That third base is still building. That might very well be a cancel here by Semper in the next few moments. Extra Racks obviously don't need a build yet from KeeN. He's already got two of them, and he's going to start setting up that tech lab and reactor. Can the third base be protected here? Triple cycling against double, but there's also a siege tank. It cannot be protected. It is cancelled. Semper gets what he needs to get done. Tank now though from KeeN, and that makes it difficult for Semper to commit further forwards. A scan should reveal that, right? Semper. Oh, he doesn't quite see the tank. Now he does. He runs into it. He pulls back instantly, realizing this is not a fight he can win. He's already done a lot here on this side of the map, and so he begins to back away up the right-hand side. So backing away here, he's done for now. He's done it with this attack, and we need to see what the next little move might be. So these players want to try and go for next here, as we're going to see Marines, a tank, a Cyclone, a Viking coming in, pushing those Cyclones back again. Vikings from KeeN still coming in from the right-hand side. Although Marine finds a tank pushing up here from KeeN, Semper sieging very far forwards will not allow KeeN to get into the position he wants, which is this position here. Get those tanks where they can siege up that mineral line and look to do more damage. Alright, third base starting to morph in. Two more barracks being added on here now from Semper once again. Tanks will unsiege, and we're just going to be seeing those Marines, the Cyclone, the tanks pulling back up to the high ground, setting up in the natural expansion. More Marines gathering themselves. Just going to be seeing these units of Semper still getting ready to go. +1/+1 on the way out. Stim pack is finished from Semper. Not too far away, honestly, though, for KeeN. Those Vikings still just getting set up in the main base. Marines, tanks, and a Cyclone coming down the right-hand side. Just going to be setting up and getting ready to go here. So we're going to be seeing the Marine at the front for KeeN, going to get picked off. One tank siege and the rest of the tanks starting to siege too. It's actually sieges from both sides. Semper trying to split forwards and fight this here. Does he have enough? He doesn't have the air control, which means he doesn't have the vision he necessarily needs to do what he wants to here, and he will lose a siege tank because of that. And those Vikings definitely working wonders so far for our blue Terran player. Semper is going to be pushed away up the right-hand side. A few more Marines stimming down to maybe help push back as well. Sense Tower settling up to the left-hand side of the natural expansion. We're just going to be seeing the Marines continue to come up with upgrades and all the rest of it. And TvT so far here is our final series of the night, by the way. Our final series of the night is turning out to be a fairly even one up until now. Combat shield starting up from KeeN, as we're going to see 3 tanks loading up here from Semper. Marines gathering together. Those tanks dropping back down, and we are going to be seeing the rocks starting to be worked away at here. So rocks are going to go down, and we're just going to be seeing the medevac to the left-hand side from Semper. Also getting set up. Those rocks go down. You can see the Marine coming out too. Just going to be seeing the bio of Semper continue to set on up. Poking, prodding Vikings here, trying to get some edge on his opponent. Still Semper's disadvantage is the fact that KeeN has these Vikings up that just give him the extra vision. Double sensor towers on each side of the map here, of course, as well. Both players want to keep very aware of anything potentially pushing forwards. This tank's coming back over to the right just slightly. Setting up once again, and oh, a little bit of a mistake by KeeN, not on hold position. Meanwhile, Medevac trying to do some damage in the back of the natural will go towards the main, but, well, KeeN is going to be setting up as well. He's going to be having units in position. He does pick that Medevac off. Nicely done. We're still all eyes on this attack over to the right-hand side, though, this position. Oh, Marines now from Semper going to try and get a Viking, but boarded away by the tank yet again. Tanks will siege. I think KeeN will just push forwards here now when Semper doesn't have the vision again. Why don't you just spread his tanks out a little bit more? Ooh, that one Marine was given vision to the side here. And this tank siege just still nothing in range of each other. He's going to see 3 full Medevacs loading up to the left side of the map. If he gets in towards like the third base or something, that'd be huge. It'd obviously be huge if those Marines were to run underneath those tanks in the next few moments. So that could be a bit of a danger. Doesn't happen just yet. Medevacs still moving around. Tanks setting up, and now Liberators coming out, and that's the advantage of having those Vikings earlier. He's going to be able to use these Liberators to push the tanks backwards, and he's actually going to get 3 of those siege tanks. That's a huge trade, huge pickup, big drop in towards the main base. Then let's see what will happen there, as now Semper's army, not very scary, forced to siege, and KeeN is ready to engage from 2 angles potentially. He's definitely ready to catch it from the back, but he's going to load up, he's going to boost away. One Medevac not boosted, now will go, but the Marines are stimming in afterwards. Meanwhile, the drop in towards the main base, tanks will siege and they'll hold the ramp. These Medevacs are still trying to hide away at the moment, as KeeN will be distracted and focusing on this over here instead. How many tanks will survive this? Oh, he does get rid of a few of them. A few SCVs getting picked off. I'm just going to see these Marines of KeeN pulling back down as well. More tanks are sieging. You're going to see these Marines getting picked up as well. Just going to be seeing the Libs sieging up in the main base. We'll have to clean this out. KeeN down on supply though. Semper, wow, 2-2 upgrade advantage, but only for a few seconds. He did get his previous Medevacs away, and that was a huge deal, keeping these 3 alive for the units inside. Lose those, and that would have been some heavy losses when he'd already lost a good few tanks over in that position previously. Those 2 Medevacs going to be able to get away as well. One Marine pushing the Vikings away. Behind all of this, Semper has a 4th CC finished building a little bit faster than KeeN's 4th base, which is just now setting up on this right side. Marines and tanks from Semper pushing on forwards, and, well, here we go. These Marines already stemmed here. And Semper pushing forwards. KeeN is a little bit late to stem, honestly. To siege, sorry. As those tanks siege up on either side, it's a little bit of a skirmish. Tanks lifted up, and still those Liberators causing more issues than maybe we would expect them to be causing at this point. They're going to force more tanks to unsiege and to back away once again. A nice pickup here, but there's still one tank which is in a bad position. KeeN really finding some better trades because of this so far now. Liberators sieging up once again, and those tanks are going to continue to take a bit of a beating here. One of them goes down. Marines will commit themselves in to get rid of these Liberators. It's an expensive trade because those tanks are still supporting. Now 2 Vikings come out, and they will be able to shut this down. Finally, Semper with Vikings of his own, helping him out in the skies. KeeN is looking this as an opportunity though to set up a great position on this high ground, and he's put himself onto the 4th base of Semper, and Semper's out of position to be, you know, there to deal with it, honestly. You can see the tanks sieging up to the right, and now tanks pushing forwards. This is not where Semper wants this to be. Tanks sieging up once again, and we're going to be seeing just these Vikings from Semper getting set up and ready to go. More Vikings here of Semper 2. Looking to see what they can get up to. Marines and tanks gathering themselves up still on this 4th base position. I'm just going to be seeing the Medevac coming forwards here. A couple of Marines getting set up and ready to go. Tank still firing away on this planetary fortress. Vikings still up in the skies. We're going to be seeing the Bioforces, more tanks coming over. KeeN, oh, he's unsieged though because of the Liberators and the Vikings. These Liberators, they're so crucial in so many stages of the game. We're going to be seeing, I think Semper has to back away though. There's a good concave of Marines, and there's the tank siege, obviously. He has to stop committing to that location. Lib range even now on the way up from Semper, but he's about to be behind on free upgrades, and that's a huge thing he'll be missing out on here. Oh, groups of Marines have to be careful. Semper, some good shots, but some good shots as well coming in from KeeN. He loses a Viking though, and Liberators are sieged up again. Tanks are disappearing. He's going to push forwards. Oh, it's messy. A lot being lost once again. Semper still maintaining a 20-ish supply lead at points of this game, but now down the upgrades. Obviously, it doesn't matter if the siege tanks can protect well enough to make the upgrades not really matter. As you do see, still this bio just moving around in the center of the map. Vikings firing away, getting rid of another Viking there. Some Medevacs taking some damage too. Tanks pulling away up the top side, and we are going to see this another scan coming down. Marines coming in to push those Vikings and Libs away once again. And there's these tanks on siege once more, still pushing up to the upper left side. KeeN looking to do just a little bit more damage. Pushing forwards, Marines already going down. These tanks sieged up. KeeN, do you really want to go up this ramp? KeeN, no! Your Marines have lives too! They matter as well. Okay, not all of them are going to die, but they are going to get some heavy losses. And here we go. Base trade mode is activated. But I have to say, I love Semper's position with the air control. Okay, cast a curse. He has no air control any longer. Those Vikings got destroyed, and now the Liberators will go down too. But now the Marines step in to kill the Vikings of KeeN, and he still somehow, Semper has Liberators. Tanks are on the production already, though, of Semper. And that is the issue, because KeeN will maybe be able to set up a defensive position. He doesn't have tanks, though. No tanks. Why doesn't he have tanks? Why did he make a 4? Maybe to help the air army, I suppose, before this base trade started up. The tank obviously would have been so much more useful. One tank to the low ground there, but it won't protect the production, and that is the big deal right now. Both players in full-on base trade mode, plus 3 weapons. Will it finish before it gets denied by the engineering bay getting killed off? Maybe not. It's going to be very, very close. Tanks pulling away. Marines are looking elsewhere. He's going to go after the engineering bay. It will maintain a free upgrade advantage for KeeN. And that could matter when everything is coming down to the wire here. Every last unit will count. And KeeN currently setting up a siege tank defense on his 3rd base. His 4th base, a planetary. Now we do see Semper has a Liberator defense on his 3rd with tanks as well. Both players are set up interestingly as they lose the entirety of their main bases. This could go anyone's way, and that makes the 3-3 to 2-2 difference even more important, because it is just an advantage that KeeN holds that Semper will really struggle to get back, because you have to build engineering bays. It's going to take 3 minutes for those upgrades to finish. That's a long time to commit into 600 minerals and 600 gas in a very close game like this. But it could be worthwhile if the game goes on past the 21-minute mark. It's just if it doesn't, you've wasted resources that could have helped you to defend and to survive up until now. Tank siege on the 4th base. CC down here is something which KeeN may just try and check for. Still everything in the main of KeeN being picked away at. Semper coming up to a supply block. KeeN will be in a similar issue soon. This CC will now fall. There's another orbital here, and that's one of the differences. There's only 1 orbital and 1 planetary for KeeN. Semper does have a 3rd base, or 3rd command center based structure, which he could use if he can find a position to drop it in. Marines still set up over here. Base trade mode activated after 18 minutes of game 1 of this best of 3 matchup. The winner of this takes 1st place in the group, which makes a big difference based on who you will play in the round of 8 tomorrow. Obviously, you finish in 1st place of your group, things will go a lot better for you than if you finish in 2nd place, because you're generally going to get a weaker opponent. That's the way it works. Depot's going to lower themselves here for KeeN to the right-hand side. As army of KeeN pushing up in towards the center of the map, looking to see what else he can do. We do see these Liberators and the Viking here, looking to see where they can go. Coming down to the south side, a scan from KeeN assessing the situation. 2 bases, it's so crazy how both players are on 2 bases apiece. The 3rd and the 4th of both are alive here now. It's really crazy. Both of them have so few minerals on the 3rd base too. The problem is for KeeN, he doesn't have the Viking control, so these Liberators are going to kill so many tanks. Oh my god, he's going to just be one-shotting tanks here. 3 tanks go down, and nice progress made. Suddenly he can siege up this position from the high ground. That's huge. That is truly huge. You're going to see those Marines push backwards, and now the Liberators can siege up. Oh no, this tank wants to go for a wander. That's not very helpful, and it is going to be Semper really taking advantage over here. Meanwhile, tanks siege up on this position here. Marines taking down a starport, a 2nd one. Started to take damage as well. 3 SCVs going down on either side, and we're going to be seeing those Marines now loading up, coming down to the low ground too. Semper begins to unload. Ooh, a couple of Vikings may be able to change things up though, may get rid of these Liberators. Semper still pushing forwards. Marines are dropping in. I'm not sure how good a fight this is. Oh, but the tanks! The volley is huge from Semper, and he's going to get rid of all of those Marines just like that. Well, that changes everything now as KeeN is going to pull back home. Semper is left to his own devices back at home. KeeN has to come back, but he's already lost the starport. He's losing further production. Depots will go down here as well. Not that it matters, he's got such low supply. He's not even close to being supply blocked. He stims on in, but through the choke points into these siege tanks, there's 4 of them. There's a Liberator as well. He might clean up a lot of this, okay, sure, but it's not going to come at a cheap price. The attack of Semper is cleaned on up, but Semper still looks good back at home. 42 workers, he's got the third base landed in position. That said, KeeN did reland his base from the third up here, which is sort of a similar effect considering this base is now mined out, but the double orbital is double meal plus 42 workers. Means that Semper will build so much more, but still down 2-2 against 3-3, and that's going to be a major issue. KeeN will still take better trades in marine on marine fights, and well, 4 tanks against 5. KeeN, with these upgrades, still could make a big difference. He is down 12 marines as well, though, and that could hurt. Semper's down in medevacs, and with being down kind of upgrades and medevacs, it may be enough to kind of mess up the kind of the importance, I suppose, of the upgrades. Well, this is going to be interesting. Marine stim into this base, and SCV suddenly dropping, but Semper's got himself into a very powerful position on this low ground, gets rid of a tank, and he's going to keep on pressing forwards. The CC is just going to be repaired in time. Semper does have some units over here starting to come out to help him defend. The Liberator is, well, it should have been saved, but it ran back in. Oh no, Semper, why are you fighting into all these siege tanks? I don't think he realizes just how many there is. Suddenly the army supplies are even. The worker counts are not just about to be even. KeeN is going to take a lead, and he's killing off production, and he's going to kill off this orbital. Finally, the tank of Semper is going to come into play here. These Marines are getting evaporated, though. That's the power of the medevac and upgrades. Marines making so much progress over here, while Semper, well, he doesn't have much left over in this position. And again, this base from KeeN is mining to the right-hand side. He might have just snatched this away from Semper here in these closing moments of the game. What a way to kickstart our final series of the night. What a night of StarCraft 2 action we're having so far. Medevac's leading the charge, looking to give him that vision, but the Viking is here, and there's Medevac's on Lord Help, so it's going to be 1 kill, and now maybe 2 if Semper's not careful. He boosts away, but that Medevac is so vulnerable. KeeN has vision. He has the air upgrades. He has a better mining base than Semper, and he has the upgrades. And now everything is starting to, we said before, okay, KeeN has upgrades, but Semper has this, this, and this. And those 3 things that we said Semper had have now disappeared. Worker advantage, gone. Army supply advantage, gone. Liberator control, gone. Position advantage, gone. Now it is KeeN who has similar army supply. He's got the defensive position. It's Semper who has to do something because he needs a base of his own to mine from, but he's also down on workers, so he has to do something here. Liberator sieges up. The tanks are here. It's a good trade initially from Semper, but is it enough? Because now the Marines are breaking forwards. GG. KeeN takes the final fight into in game 2 because KeeN is going to repeat what, just in case you forgot, last game started with Proxy T-Rex Reaper from KeeN, who spawns top right here on Mech Depot. Bottom left hand side is our Red Terran from Root Gaming Semper. What a game from him as well. He's going to Proxy T-Rex Reaper again to start off game number 2. We'll see how this plays over the next few moments. Again, crazy game, absolutely insane. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us for it. And it's game number 2 right now. After this, we will be giving out a virtual ticket for BlizzCon. Get yourself those StarCraft 2 worker skins that have just been released. Look swanky and suave. Beat every opponent you play on ladder because you have the skin and they don't. It's as simple as that. You can worker rush them and they'll be so stunned at how good your skins look, they'll forget to fight back and you'll just win just like that. Another thing I'd like to mention though just quickly as this Reaper aggression begins is that you guys really should check out the Match Arena page. If you're enjoying these games and enjoying crazy games like the last one, one of the best things you can do to support this event and more events like it in the future is to donate on the Match Arena page. It supports the players and it supports you guys getting more events like this to watch more awesome StarCraft in the NA time zones. Setting up here, game number 1 already. The Reaper going down here for Semper. Might just be... Please don't say this is game over already. God damn it, that would be bad. It's not looking good though. He's lost his first Reaper. He loses the Marine so much faster than he did in the first game. God damn it!